What's going on, y'all? This is JT making a trade recap video to show y'all how I made a little over $600 in about 2 minutes trading Space or Virgin Galactic. So for this recap video, I'm going to be using the replay feature on TradingView. It's a really cool feature that allows you to rewind through different trading days, and then you can play it and see how things played out. It's really great for back testing, something that's worth looking into if you're already on TradingView. So this is from Thursday while we were live trading on the Impact Investments voice channel. Somebody mentioned that Space or Virgin Galactic was making a really strong run up, which you can see it did right here. Now, I wanted to make some money on this, but instead of chasing that run, I said I'm going to be patient and wait and see if we can get a continuation pattern to form, which we did, because you can see by these white lines, this looks to me like a bullish pennant. And when you see that, you're generally expecting a breakout to the upside. So I saw that and I let them know that on voice, I was looking at this and I was expecting a breakout out of this formation for a second move up. Now I'm going to play 1 minute candles at a time and show you how this played out. So you can see it was getting tighter and tighter in here. And then we had this candle right here, a really big red candle on really big volume to the downside. Now, like I said, I was expecting a move up, but instead we got a break to the downside. All I had to do was just adjust, and immediately when I saw this, I played $50 puts for the same week. I was able to get in right here around this purple dotted lines, which is called the VWAP, and immediately the contracts went up about 40%. Now I'm going to play a little farther. You can see we bounced off this yellow line here and used it as support. That's what's called a pivot point. I made a video about pivot points. I know that Briss also did a TA session kind of breaking down pivot points. They're very underrated support and resistance levels. Definitely look into those if you have not already. So once we bounced off of that pivot point the first time, I immediately trimmed 8 out of the 10 contracts that I had bought for the $50 puts. So now I had 2 runners left. So I had already locked in profit. So at this point, I'm waiting to see if we can break below the pivot point and continue to drop. So I'll play it a little further. You can see that we continue to use the pivot point as support. And the reason that I stayed in is because I noticed here, this red orangish line, that is the 200-day moving average on the 1 minute time frame. The 200-day moving average is a very strong moving average, and as you can see, it's being used as resistance. So I decided to stay in and waited to see if we can break below this. So I'm being patient, just waiting to see what happens. I've already locked some of my profits in, so I'm only in this trade with profits. Now I see at this point, we bounced off of the pivot point 3 times. So after that, I said, okay, it doesn't look like it's going to break through. What's probably going to happen is we're just going to chop between the 200-day MA and the pivot point. So at that point, I sold the 2 runners and I was able to get out with about $600 in profit. And as you can see, I'm playing this. We did exactly what I thought, which was just chop between that 200-day moving average and that pivot point pretty much for the rest of the day. And when you're in a weekly expiration, you don't want to sit through chop. It's going to cause your premium to burn, especially since this was already pretty late in the week. It was on a Thursday. The contracts expired the next day, so I just decided to take the profit. So it took all of about 2-3 minutes for me to make the initial profit, and then I kept the runners for a little bit longer. Didn't get any more profit off the runners, but I was still able to get out with about $600. So this was a really good trade that I liked from the live trading on voice on Thursday. So I decided to share this with y'all. Hope y'all like it.